Hi, this is Coach Sean, the realtor, going above and beyond to help you find your dream home. What I want to do for a minute is kind of to outline the home buying process. One of the questions I've been getting from a lot of people is kind of what are the processes and what are the steps that you have to go through to be able to buy a home. And so I want to give you 7 steps to buying a home. And more importantly, I want to begin to bring you videos that will be informative to you, that will help you to make an informed decision on your real estate needs. So let me get right into it. Here's the first thing you need to do to be able to buy a home. The first thing to buy a home that you need to be able to do is you want to get what we call a pre-approval letter. Understanding that there's a difference between a pre-approval and a pre-qualification. So with a pre-approval, it means that you have given a lender the necessary documents that they need to be able to dissect your financials. Typically, they're going to ask you for pay stubs. They're going to ask you for your last 2 years' taxes, different information that they're going to ask you for. And from there, they're going to begin to look at your financials and look at what your debt to income ratio is. And from there, they're going to determine how much money they're going to give you. The difference is that a lot of times people get a pre-qualification letter where they begin to state their income without giving them all the documents they need. And when you're putting in an offer for a home, those people who are sellers, they want a pre-approval because they know you've gone through the underwriting process. And so you want to make sure you get that pre-approval. Then when you get the pre-approval, they will tell you specifically, okay, based on your financials, we will lend you $250,000. We'll lend you $300,000, whatever it is. But it gives you a point and a point of basis to know exactly what you need to be looking for when you go out looking for a home. Also, it's good to interview several lenders. If within a 14-day period, or sometimes I believe it's even extended, that you begin to look and you begin to let them run credit, it doesn't affect your credit, doesn't hit it as much, and you can find out who has the best interest rate, who's the best fit for you. Also, you want to find a lender that's able to close quickly in a market like we're in. So after you get your pre-approval, then you'll go to shopping for a home. And based on that pre-approval, you'll find out where you're shopping for a home. So it depends on your needs. If you're looking, some people have different specific needs of neighborhoods they're looking to look in. Some people have different specific needs of kind of how many bedrooms and bathrooms they want to be able to buy the particular home they want. I like to tell people this because a lot of times some people may not find the first home may not be your dream home. I'm going to say it again. Your first home may not be your dream home, but what you can do is you can use the equity from the first home and use that to buy the second home. Or a lot of people will rent out their first home and have someone paying their mortgage on their first home and also have money left over that they're paying toward their next home. And so understand your first home is not going to be your dream home. Please budget. Do not overextend yourself for things that maybe you don't really need. I always say it like this: we spend money we don't have to buy things we don't need to impress people we don't even like. Your first home is not always going to be your dream home. So you're going shopping for homes. After that, you're going to put an offer in. This is where you need an experienced agent to be able to help you out, because you need to understand the market that you're in. Right now, we are in what we call a seller's market. In a seller's market, it means there's low inventory, but there's a lot of buyers. Although now, if you're watching the news and you understand what the Fed are doing is all of a sudden now interest rates are going up, so you're getting less and less buyers. Whereas opposed we were having in the few markets that we were having, and in the past 2 years, you were having multiple offers on the same home. Although we're having multiple offers, it's not as many. There were 15 at this time. Now you're getting 3. And it's coming down because you're having less and less competition. But understanding the seller's market means you're not going to try to put in a low offer. You understand the seller's market means you're going to have to put in an asking price or even above in the market, although things are changing and you need to understand the market as it's going. So you put your offer in. After you have put your offer in, then if they accept it, you go under contract. Within that contract, there are several things that have to take place. Even a lot of times they talk about there's an option period that takes place in different things that you can begin to look at. And so one of the first things you're going to have to do when you get under contract is you're going to have what we call earnest money. Earnest money, I describe it as the money you put down even when you're putting your offer in to substantiate the offer. Basically, I say earnest money is what the engagement ring is to the marriage. You're showing a commitment. Typically, that earnest money is going to be 1 to 2% of the asking price, or 1 to 2% of what the total price of the home is. So if it's a $200,000 home, you're going to put $2,000 down. Although if you put more money up, it makes your offer even look stronger when you're trying to get and bid for a home. And so you're going to have probably, typically it's 2 days, even though if the contract says you can do 3 days, typically it's 2 days, you're going to have to put the money in certified funds. After that, you're going to go through what we call an option period of certain things that have to happen. An inspection, which is not necessarily required, but I always recommend it. And so if you decide to do an inspection, that person who's the inspector, who needs to be a certified inspector, that person will go through and they'll begin to kind of look at all the nuances of the home. They're going to look at the heating and air. They're going to look at the electrical. They're going to look at the roof. They're going to look at all the different things that are going on in that particular home. And they're going to go in places that maybe we wouldn't normally go. And from there, they'll generate a report. And from that report, you begin to see what's going on in that home. And as a result of that, if there are major things that you see that maybe could be an issue for you, you have the right to back out of the deal and say, I don't want to do it. Or you can begin to go and negotiate repairs. And that's when you put in, if you have repairs, you can put that information in, and it can help you to be able to negotiate and see if the seller will do those repairs. If you back out because you've gotten an inspector and you've gotten that report, you can get your earnest money back. So we have the inspection. You're going to also go through what's called the appraisal. And basically, an appraisal is just going to find out what the value of the home is. Your lender is going to order that appraisal for you to be able to find out the value of the home, because they're not going to give you a home that's worth less than what it's appraising for, or they're not going to be able to give you money towards a home unless it appraises out at the right value. So next, you're going into closing, or what some people call settlement. 3 words you want to be able to hear when you're buying a home is clear to close. It means after you've gotten your contract, after you've gone through the inspection, after you've gone through the appraisal, and you've gone through everything, you go through this underwriting process with the lender where they begin to even look further into your financials, look further into your financial history. They begin to ask you for questions. Don't get frustrated, because they will ask you for documents over and over and over again. And then all of a sudden, once they come to the point where they've seen everything, they'll give you this phrase that we love to hear as agents, and we love for our clients to hear. It's called clear to close. When you're clear to close, it means you're ready to close and you're ready for settlement, and you're going to close on that. At the closing, you're going to pay the remaining of your down payment. You're going to pay transfer stamps. You're going to pay loan origination fees. You're going to pay prorated taxes. You're going to pay your attorney if you have an attorney involved. You have all these things that you have involved for you to be able to close on that home. And so this is kind of just the outline I wanted to give you of that information. I'll be doing more videos as we go out, just to educate people on it. If you are looking to sell or buy, I'd love to have a free consultation with you, just to give you informed information for you to make an informed decision. Also, inbox me. I also have a weekly email that I send out of real estate tips. If you inbox me your email address, I can get you that information or place it in the chat. If you have any other videos you would like for me to do, please make sure that you put that information out there. I'd love to assist you in that. Home ownership is important, but you want to make sure it's the right time and the right fit for you. So thank you for watching this video. I appreciate you taking the time out to see this. I want us as a generation to be able to build wealth. I want us to understand the nuances that go with that. And I believe home ownership is one of those tools that can be used to help us. So as always, thanks for watching this video, and God bless.